Come join me, Alicia Rain with Bzzzline, to see what's going to happen here at the zany 31st annual Razzie Awards. And I'll see you a little later. Thanks, guys.
Live from the Barnstable Gallery Theater in Hollywood, the Golden Raspberry Award Foundation presents Tinseltown's tackiest trophy derby, the 31st Annual Razzie Awards, dishonoring worst achievements in film for 2010. Straight from the men's room, where Ricky Gervais was just hoisting him off the toilet and helping to put back in his dentures, our foundation's fabled female founder, Mr. John Wilson.
It's Alicia Rain with Bzzzline, and I'm here with the creator of the Razzies, John Wilson. Now, this was created in 1980. Is that correct?
Yeah, the very first Razzies, which were held in my living room alcove, were the Oscar night. They postponed their ceremony because John Hinckley had shot Ronald Reagan.
So why did you start the Razzies?
It grows out of a couple of different things. I grew up in a family where both of my parents were Depression-era movie buffs, and one of the few nights I was allowed to stay up late when I was a kid was Oscar night. And I remember a little black and white TV in Chicago, and sometimes it'd be snowing outside, and you're watching Patty Duke wins an Oscar, and I'm like 9 and she's 14, and I'm thinking, she's not a lot older than I am. And I have a fairly perverse sense of humor anyway. And in 1980, I happened to see a double feature of two really awful disco musicals, The Village People in Can't Stop the Music and Olivia Newton-John in Xanadu. And I only paid 99 cents, but it was a very important 99 cents because when they wouldn't give me my money back, I came up with this. The first of tonight's Worst Picture nominees is one of those rare movies that seems to have been created with the Razzie Awards in mind. We have 10 categories. It has 9 nominations. But the decision that doomed this film to being a Razzie target was one of the very first decisions its makers made. The task of writing and directing this film was handed over to a filmmaker whose two most recent movies had both been box office flops and Worst Picture nominees. The man is M. Night Shyamalan. The movie is The Last Airbender.
When he comes out with a new movie, do you get excited, like this is going to be a big M. Night year?
Well, actually, what's interesting is the industry word on Last Airbender before it came out was that it was going to be a huge hit. I assume that was Shyamalan and his family spending a lot of time tweeting. I don't know. But the pre-release word was not that bad on it. But it opened well and then totally nosedived. I mean, I don't think anyone outside of Paramount executives and Shyamalan's own family liked that movie.
Once again, coming to you from the Razzie red carpet, this is Bill A. Jones live as we eagerly anticipate signing some celebrities. Hi, are you anybody?
No, I'm a Razzie player. I'm in the show.
Oh, great. Can you tell us who you were tonight?
Well, I'm borrowing this 6-carat Princess Cup kick bar.
Bzzzline, and I'm here with Avery Clyde, one of the presenters and Razzie players, as they like to call themselves. And how did you get involved?
Alan Ruckert and I done some sketch comedy together. Then he called me up and was like, girls, funny, need ya, come on down. I like this kind of shticky comedy, and we had a lot of fun.
And this is your first year doing the Razzies.
I'm a rookie. I'm a Razzie rookie. There are people in the cast that have been doing it 20 years, 30 years, since the originators met when they were in college at UCLA.
Who was your necklace borrowed from?
They were exceeding. It was just
Who was that supposed to be?
Sporty LA. Sporty LA was actually a pretty popular athletics chain here in Los Angeles, and the guy that owns it is also a jewelry designer. So this was kind of a way for him to get out his jewelry and promote Sporty LA, and we all got to wear really cool bling.
Are you working on anything else?
At the Road Theater in North Hollywood, it's a play called Pursued by Happiness, written by Keith Hupp, who wrote the play on Broadway, A Steady Rain, and this is his next play. He just kind of likes to try stuff out at the Road. And then Robin Larson is directing, who just won an Ovation Award for small, intimate theater drama. So this would be her next undertaking. And that goes into previews the 19th and opens March 26th.
And what part are you playing in that?
It's a play about two damaged souls trying to find their way to come together, and the comedy of it is that they have to meet each other's parents before that can happen. And that's where the comedy just ensues. And so I am the fiancé.
Welcome back to our stage, Ms. Avery Clyde.
Unlike the Harry Potter or Lemony Snicket books, Stephenie Meyer's novels don't even aspire to being good literature. They might as well be published by Harlequin and feature a bare-chested Fabio on the cover. Let me lay this out. The three principal characters include a 109-year-old vampire who's apparently been in the 11th grade since 1897. A buff but angry werewolf whose parents won't buy him a shirt. And a swooning, swarmy, self-absorbed teenage girl who shares her first name with Bela Lugosi. Despite having grossed a staggering $1.8 billion worldwide, the Twilight franchise hasn't been a hit with the film critics, who called this latest installment freaking hilarious, cheesy, campy rubbish, and a vampire version of the dating game. In fact, our members thought Eclipse sucked enough to nominate it for Worst Picture. This clip should clarify why it was nominated, and nominated, and nominated again, a total of 9 times.
Edward, if you ever touch her against the hill again, don't do this. She's not sure what she wants. Don't do this. Let me give you a clue. Wait for her to say the words. Fine. And she will. Jacob, just go, okay?
Hey. Easy, guys. Easy. Let's take it down a notch.
Movies have to have a certain budget, some sort of... What does it need to have to be on this list?
It doesn't hurt to be really bad and make money. Twilight this year demonstrated it. Last year, Transformers 2 made, $400 million and still won Worst Picture. High profile, big budget, bad reviews, actors that we're familiar with. I think the three main actors from Twilight, they might have been nominated for each of the three that have come. They haven't won yet. And we look at a website I love called Rotten Tomatoes, and it's got a meter, and it says this percentage liked it or didn't like it. And if the percentage that liked it is way over here, like 4% cared for it, that'll get our attention.
Rotten Tomatoes is kind of one of the baselines. Now, what is the actual process of the votes?
What we do is throughout the year, we have a forum on our website. It is www.razzies.com. And we, unlike other award shows, we invite the general public to vote. We have a fairly reasonable member fee. The first year is $35. The following years are only $25. And almost every week something comes out that's worthy of our attention. And at the end of the year, we look at the forum discussions, we look at Rotten Tomatoes, we look at the box office. And the other factor that I like to use is what I call Razzie pedigree. How many people involved in this movie were also involved in Showgirls or Battlefield Earth or, some of the classics. And we do, on our nominating ballot, we list between 10 and 15 possible choices, and then we allow for write-ins. Because if you don't steer it, there's not a consensus. And I have to say, this year I was surprised our members largely overlooked the picture I thought was the worst of the whole year, Jonah Hex, with Megan Fox and Josh Brolin. We did the world a service by not nominating, because now no one will be curious to see it, so we spared people that horror.